Hello. Non-duality is the English term for the Eastern philosophy of Advaita Vedanta, where Advaita literally means not two or one without a second, which translates to non-duality. So non-duality and Advaita are the same meaning. Vedanta is actually, in English language, would be a way of being. A way of being is not a state of mind. State of mind comes and goes. It fluctuates. It vanishes and it comes in and out of existence. And that is known as samsara and suffering, where a way of being is permanence. You experience yourself in a permanent state of contentment and satisfaction. And Advaita states that there's only one reality, hence not two, that there's one reality, and that one reality is yourself. And yourself is the single resonance of peace, happiness, and love, which is the underlying message of this whole understanding to know yourself through the teachings of Advaita Vedanta. Yet, if Advaita states that there's only one reality, one substance here presently, how come I experience myself as a multiplicity of objects, of an object manipulating other objects in this world to survive? It seems like there's a world of multiplicity. So what is going on here? What drives this fact that there's only one, according to Advaita, yet there appears to be more than one? And that is in the rising of the I thought, which it's called. This I thought arises out of self. And it is the root of all other thoughts. And all other thoughts are everything else that you know about the world and about yourself. I am a man. I am a husband. I am an engineer. I enjoy bicycle riding. I am a bike owner. I, me, mine. Everything comes back to this I, to this thought of I, this root of I. And so if you can eliminate the root of I, then you eliminate all the apparent multiplicity in the world, and you become aligned with the one reality. So instead of focusing on all of our multiplicity of thoughts that arise, they're just constantly arising all day long, most of them negative, we here focus on the I. Who is this I? We're always asking ourselves this. Who is this I that's frustrated? Who is this I that seeks? Who is this I that's experiencing, you name it, you fill in the blank. It is a laundry list of what this I claims to be. And so instead of focusing on this laundry list of thought, we just come back and we ask ourselves the question, who is this I? And when we ask ourselves this question, it brings us back to this I. And because this I will obey itself, it will then go and find the source of itself, which is yourself. And this is where true wisdom happens. Understanding how the I works and all of its multiplicity of thought, you could say is genuine, true knowledge. But once you get to the I and you turn within, that is true wisdom. You're transforming knowledge into wisdom. And here's where most of us, when we hear this, that we have to turn within, we start to clamp up, because the ego says, well, hold on here. What is on the other side of this I thought? There's this self. I don't know self. I am unaware of self. And anything that I don't know, says the ego, I become afraid. In some form or fashion, we seem to tense up because we don't understand self. And yet, here is the most perplexing piece of it all. You are aware at this very moment. That is self. It's the most natural state, natural experience you've had your entire life. And this awareness has been with you your entire life. Yourself has been with you this entire life. So just be aware of this. Start noticing your mind and all that it talks about, all that it refers is back to this I. It always has this I thought at its center. And once you see that and experience that and acknowledge that, you can come back to this I and then turn within and carry this I back to its source, back to the source of self. And there isn't an I that resides in self. What happens is this I resides in self and then it disappears. You realize there was never an I to begin with. And that's profound wisdom. That's true happiness when you experience that. Happiness is simply yourself experiencing itself directly. That's it. In the words of Rupert Spira, happiness is the recognition of your own being. It's just recognizing that you exist, that you are awareness, and you're experiencing that right now. It's totally natural. It's totally organic. And then you smile because it's so simple. In the words of Ramana Maharshi, happiness is when consciousness becomes aware of its own existence. These are all saying the same things. Consciousness becomes aware of its own existence. That means you're turning your attention back onto yourself. Or when Rupert says it's the recognition of your own being. Or in my terminology, I like to say is when yourself directly experiences itself. So allow this to sink in. Allow this information to become comfortable and start to see it in your own day-to-day experience. Because remember, the most important thing about Advaita, it states that you are the answer. Advaita's not the answer. There is no answer other than you, that you yourself are the answer you're looking for. So shed it all, shed everything, because this is not a religion. This is not spirituality. It's not mysticism. It's not science. It's you. May you have an awesome day resting and sitting in your own being. Take care.